In this video, I'm going to be taking you step by step on how to build a completely interactive and automated stock watch list in Google Sheets. Now, what we're looking at right here is going to be what our finished product looks like. And like I said, this is a very powerful tool and it's completely automated. So for example, you can see we have stock ticker T right here. We have the name of the company, the current stock price, we have a day change percent, we have a 52-week range, the gross profit ratio, our 5-year revenue growth per share, our yearly dividend payout, and we have the industry the company is in. Now what's interesting, if I were to change the stock ticker, we'll say from AT&T to Pepsi and hit enter, you can see all this data is going to automatically load in. So again, this is a very powerful tool. And for example, let's say instead of a 500-day change, we wanted to see a 365-day change. We could just plug in 365 right here and hit enter and it will automatically load in. We've also made it completely easy to change the metrics that you're looking at. So for example, let's say instead of industry, we want to be a little more specific. We can type in sector right here and I'll hit enter and you can see the sector for all these companies is going to automatically load in. So this is an extremely powerful tool, and again, I'm going to be taking you step by step on how to make this. And much of this spreadsheet is powered by ticker data, which if you're interested in learning more about, you can click on the first link in the description down below. But let's go ahead and dive in and start building this stock watch list step by step. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'll come down here and add plus, and we'll have a completely clean and new spreadsheet. So let's go ahead and get to work. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way from cell A1 all the way to J1, and we're just going to go ahead and merge these cells, and we'll pull this down just a little bit. And here's where we simply want to name our stock watch list. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and plug in ticker data watch list right here. But again, feel free to name that whatever you want. And we'll go ahead and give this an outer border, and we'll straighten it up here. We'll center the text, and then we'll go ahead and increase this text size quite a bit. So okay, so now we kind of have our baseline for it. Now what we want to do is we want to come over here and list off the ticker, and we want to start plugging in all of the metrics that we want in our spreadsheet. So first we want the ticker, then we want the name, we're going to want the price, I want the 500-day change. We'll talk about this a little bit more later. I'm going to want the days change as a percentage, so I'll just type in days change and percent. We're going to want to see the range for the company, the 52-week range. And one of the things I personally love to look at for companies on my watch list is gross profit ratio. I think this is a great indicator of quality companies. So we're going to plug in gross profit ratio right here. Then I want to know, is the company growing their revenue? So I'm going to plug in 5-year revenue, and we're going to plug in GPS, which stands for growth per share. So I'll hit enter there. And then a couple more metrics. I am personally a dividend investor. So what I want to do is I want to plug in the yearly dividend payout. So I'll plug that in right here. And then lastly, I want to see the industry. And when the product is finished, you'll easily be able to change these metrics into something else if there's something else you want to see on your watch list. But this is what we're going to start with. So we'll go ahead and go from there. Now, obviously, if we come up here and click on the top left corner, it will select all of our cells. And we can go ahead and start straightening this up where it looks just a little bit cleaner. Again, we're going to center all this text. I'm going to drag some of these out so we can see them just a little bit better. Now, some of these are a little bit longer, and I'll show you a cool trick we can do. If we expand this cell out just a little bit, highlight these cells, we can come up here and click this button here, and you can see, for example, the day change percent was combined a little bit smaller. And we can do the same thing here, 5-year revenue for growth per share, gross profit ratio, and the yearly dividend payout. We can close this down just a little bit. So okay, we're starting to make things look a little bit cleaner. We can come over here and highlight this and start giving this some borders. So again, our baseline for the watch list is already coming together. Now it's actually time to start building out the data with the watch list. So let's go ahead and plug in an example stock right here. Let's say we want to look at, again, stock ticker AT&T. I'll hit enter right here, and now this is where the fun begins. Now, if you're familiar with Google Sheets, you might be familiar with the Google Finance function. This is a pretty cool function provided by Google to help us pull in some very simple data into our spreadsheet. Now, this is a pretty nice function, but it's also extremely limited, but we'll use it for a few things today. We could use ticker data functions, but for the sake of simplicity, I'll show you how the Google Finance function works as well. So if we click on Google Finance, what we can do, we can come over here and click on cell A3 right here. Then in quotations, I'll type out name, close the quotations, and hit enter, and you can see the name AT&T Incorporated has automatically loaded in. Now again, we could have used a ticker data function for this, but I also want to show you how Google Finance works. Now if we come over here and use the same Google Finance function, again, we could use ticker data, but I'm going to show you Google Finance as well. Come over here and click on stock ticker T, and in quotations, we'll type out price, close the parentheses, and hit enter. So now we have AT&T's name and their price. So for example, if we come over here, let's say we want to look at Pepsi instead, you can see that data will automatically load in. If we want to look at Apple instead, that data will automatically load in. So again, you can see how we're automating this entire process. Now we have the 500-day change chart. Now this one is going to be a little bit more complicated, but bear with me, I'll show you how it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy and paste in this formula. It's a long one, but I'm going to take you step by step on exactly what's happening here. So I'll paste this formula in, and right now you can see it's showing in A, and I'll explain why that is for a second. But basically what we're doing is, again, we're using a Google Finance function. We want to pull from cell A3, so I'll go ahead and fix that, and it's pulling from AT&T. We're looking at the price today and the price in cell D1, which is going to be right here. Actually, we want it to be cell D2, so I'll go ahead and correct that. You can still see we're getting a value. I'll talk to you why that is in just a second. But then over here, we're indicating the chart that we want. We want a column chart and we want it to be colored purple. And we're indexing this and making it a spark line chart. So I know that's a lot going on. I'll go ahead and paste this formula in the comments down below. Surely that will help. But basically what we need to do is we need to edit this cell here to where the number applies to the formula. And I'll show you what I mean. Again, if we come right here and click, go up to format and come over here to number. What we can do is come down here and click on custom number format. And when we get here, we're going to come up here and create a custom number format. And again, I'm going to paste in what we're going to do, but basically you want a hashtag or the number sign, and then in quotations, type out days change and click on apply. Now what this does is if we come up here and just plug in the number 500 and hit enter, you can see our chart has now automatically loaded in. So that's a pretty cool feature. So basically if we click here, you see 500 days change, but if we come over here, we only see the number 500. This allows us to change the number of days and the chart will update accordingly. So if we wanted to see a 1-year chart, I can plug in 365 and hit enter, and you can see a 365-day change chart will automatically load in. So let's go ahead and keep moving forward, and we want days change percent. Now we're going to use the Google Finance function one more time, even though we could use the ticker data function. But if we come over here, I'll click on Google Finance. We'll come over here and click on stock ticker T and then comma, and then in quotations, we want to type out change PCT, which stands for percent. And once we've done that, we'll close off the parentheses and then divide this by 100 to turn this into a percentage. And we got an error, so it looks like we need to come up here, and I made a slight error. I added quotations there. We'll close that off, close off the quotations right here, and get rid of this parentheses, and we'll hit enter, and there we go. It looks like it's working now. So if we come up here and click on the percentage sign, now we can see the days change percent. So it looks like today AT&T was up 1.06%. So we have some very simple data already that's completely automated with our spreadsheet. Again, if I plug in Apple, we can see that data automatically updates. Plug in AT&T, that data automatically updates. So that's pretty good, but for me personally, there is some more advanced data that I personally like to see, especially things like gross profit ratio. I want to look for growing revenue, and I definitely want to see how much they are paying out in dividends. Now this is where the ticker data function comes in, and this is why I created ticker data. If we click on this cell here and do the equal sign, if I start typing out ticker data, you can see we get two options right here. We have ticker data and then ticker data live. These are custom built functions that I created in order to create much more advanced spreadsheets to get way more insights into the stocks that I'm interested. Now ticker data will give us a lot of historical data, and ticker data live will give us live data for the stocks that we're looking at. So in this scenario, we're going to look at ticker data live. And what we're going to do is we'll come over here and click on stock ticker T, and then comma, I'll come over here and click on range. And if I close this parentheses and hit enter, we can wait a second, we can see the data's loading, and then we have the 52-week range for AT&T. And again, this was easily made possible with our ticker data live function. Now this time, we're going to use the ticker data function to pull in gross profit ratio, one of my favorite metrics to look at. Now this is historical data, so we're going to use the ticker data function in this scenario. So we'll come over here and click on stock ticker AT&T, and then comma, we'll come over here and click on gross profit ratio, comma, and then I want to see the most recent year, which was 2023. So I'll just type out 2023 here and hit enter, And now you can see the gross profit ratio has automatically loaded in for whichever stock we have right here. Now we'll just come up here and turn this into a percentage, and we can see AT&T's gross profit ratio at 59% for 2023. Let's go ahead and see what Microsoft's was. If I plug in MSFT, again, we can see this data will all automatically load in. So this is a very powerful function. Now the next thing we want is our 5-year revenue growth per share, but I want to show you how we can actually speed up this process and automate this process by quite a bit of time. What we can do, because we've been automating all of these formulas, if we come up here and put dollar signs in front of the A3, what that will do is anchor that formula to where if I drag this formula across our spreadsheet, it will still say cell A3. So what I can do is drag this formula across 5-year revenue growth per share and yearly dividend payout, and you can see it says it's loading, and we've now got our 5-year revenue growth per share loaded in and our yearly dividend payout per share. Now this should be a dollar amount, so what we need to do is come up here and click on dollar, and we can see AT&T's yearly dividend payout sitting at $1.11. So you can see just how powerful it is when you use the ticker data function to automate your processes. Now, when using industry, we're going to be using the ticker data live function, but if you remember, we actually use that with our range function. So what I'll do is I'll come over here and just copy this formula. We'll come over here and paste it in, and instead of F2, we want J2. So I'll plug in J2 and hit enter, and you can see it's loading, and it's now loaded in. Their industry is telecom services. So now we have one example of all this data automatically loaded in. So I know it doesn't look like our spreadsheet is almost complete, but we're actually right at the end because ticker data makes it so easy to automate this process. So now to automate this process, what we need to do is go back into these cells, and we're going to anchor down all of the cells where our metrics are listed. And I'll show you why we're doing this here in just a second. I'll go ahead and again, now we'll go over to gross profit ratio and do the exact same thing. I'll hit enter, and because we're using the same ticker data function, I'll just go ahead and drag this over as well for these. And then over here, we'll go ahead and anchor this down as well and hit enter. So nothing has changed, but this is allow us to do something to help automate this process. So now if I come over here and just plug in, copy and paste some random stock tickers, if I just highlight all this data we've already pulled in and drag these formulas down, you can see all of this data is going to automatically load in just a matter of a few moments. So it only took just a few moments for all of this data to load in. Now we can see here for Tesla and for Amazon, it's showing us an error for the yearly dividend payout. Well, obviously that's because those companies do not pay out anything in dividends. So there's something we can easily do to fix this problem. If we come over here, we can use what's known as the if error function. We'll open up the parentheses, and basically we're just going to say if there's an error, we want it to say in parentheses none. We'll close that off and hit enter, and you can see this now is showing none. So if I drag down this formula again, all this data will load in, and we now have Amazon showing none. So really all that we have left now is some formatting. So if we come over here, let's go ahead and make this white. We can bold all of this text as well. If we come back down here, highlight this data here, we can add outlines as well. One of the things I also want to do is we want to straighten out this text. And while everything's highlighted, let's go ahead and make sure everything is the same font by clicking here. Now, the next thing that I want to do is a pretty cool feature just to make everything look a little bit cleaner. If we highlight this data, come over here to Format, click on Alternating Colors, you can select how you want your watch list to look. I personally like yellow. I think it makes everything look nice and clean, so I'll click on Done. Now, one of the things I want to do as well is if we highlight this data here, I want to space out all the spreadsheet just to make it look a little bit cleaner, so I can drag this down, and now everything is spaced out just a little bit better. If I highlight this again, I also want to make sure everything is located in the middle. So I'll click there, and you can see the industry kind of readjusted itself as well. So now we're very, very close to being finished. There's actually one more thing that I want to do. Personally, I like to see this text show up as green if it's positive or red if it's negative, and the same is true with revenue growth per share. So what I can do is highlight these areas. If we come up here to Format, I can come down and click on Conditional Formatting, and we can make some rules. And what I want to do is say, if these cells are greater than the number 0, then I want the text to show up as green. And you can see it's doing that now. But also, if I click right here, add another rule, we want the text to show up as red if it's less than 0. So I can adjust that here as well. And click on Done. And again, we could update what's listed right here. Maybe you don't care about the yearly dividend payouts. Maybe you want to see something else like net income per share. We could just simply type in net income per share right here and hit enter. and we can see all this data is going to automatically load in. So this is obviously an extremely powerful stock watch list, and much of it is completely automated. And really the magic behind this stock watch list is made possible with ticker data. I've been working for over a year to make ticker data your go-to spreadsheet integration tool. It will completely eliminate the need for web scraping. It will completely eliminate the need for copy and pasting. And with ticker data, really advanced spreadsheets like this and much more advanced spreadsheets that I'll be making in the future are made possible. Ticker data gives me instant access to thousands of different metrics right at my fingertips with the ticker data function, and we also have access to exchanges from all across the world, from America to Australia to the entire list that you can see right here on tickerdata.com. So if you'd like to test out ticker data and see if it's something for you, or if you'd like to download some of my most advanced pre-built spreadsheets, such as my automated stock analysis tool or my automated portfolio tracker, then you can sign up for a ticker data free trial at the link in the description. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.